And we are live. Hello, everyone. Hi, Artem. How are you doing?
Okay, hi everyone. Happy to be here again. Happy to
We're
talk
happy
with you
to have
guys.
you. We're happy to have you again. This is wonderful because I think the last webinar we had was a success. We had a lot of views, a lot of questions in our live chat. So, guys, it doesn't matter where you're joining us right now on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Telegram, or whatever. Send us some greetings in the chat. Let us know if you can hear and see us all right. And also tell us for how long have you been using 3Commas, because that will give us an idea of your level and what kind of information we need to give you today. But anyways, we're talking about what, Artem? What are we talking about?
Yeah, today we're talking about DCA. I'm sure that everyone is familiar with our main product, but nevertheless, we will go over all of the features and we will speak about how you can use it the best and optimize your strategy and what market cycles or market situations you can exploit with it.
Yes, guys, this is a very unique opportunity to have all of your questions asked by Artem, who is not only a product manager at 3Commas, but also a trader himself. So that's a very good opportunity for you to get all of the knowledge you need and see how Artem himself uses DCA bot features. And if you're using DCA bot, please let us know as well in the comments down below on the platform you're watching us at. So we're going to wait for a couple more minutes until everybody who wants to join us joins us. And guys, do not hesitate to leave comments and send us some greetings and I don't know, any emojis, whatever, because these are the webinars that we considering doing weekly. And your support and engagement are really valuable and very precious. Yeah. So, Artem, how's the weather? You're in Greece, right?
Yeah, I'm in Greece and it's getting better and better. Yeah, still plus
Yeah.
20,
Oh,
stunning.
nice.
Yeah, I'm already swimming.
Yeah, I mean the same in Vienna. It's getting better and better, but it's not 20 yet. It's not 20 yet. I think it's around like 10 degrees now, but it's yeah 13. But it's way better than what it used to be before.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know where you're joining us from and what is the weather right now there. Let us be either jealous or happy for ourselves being in a warmer place. Oh, I already see some questions coming from Lord Kratos, Scott Hendy. How can I save this conversation or ask for help in the future? Okay, while we haven't started yet, I can answer this question. So basically, you will be able to see the recording on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Unfortunately, if you're joining us from Telegram, we will not have any recording there, but you can always go to our YouTube channel. And regarding ask for help in the future, Scott Handy right now in the top right corner, I guess it's top right corner for you guys, we have our QR code that actually lets you join our community. And we have wonderful moderators who would be more than happy to help you. Just go there, tag me or tag our Tom or our moderators, and you will be able to get help as soon as possible. Yeah, but as we're here now, feel free to ask questions. Okay, and I see people joining us from Australia, Spain, Switzerland, Ireland. What is GA37? I'm not sure I understand that. But anyways, like different countries, Brazil, different continents. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. And I see that people are scanning the QR code. That's good. Guys, continue watching us because in the next webinars, we're going to have some perks for you. We will give some merchandise. So make sure you stick with us. You join us every Friday at 12 p.m. UTC. You will not only gain a lot of knowledge from our Tom, but you will also be able to participate in our live webinars. Okay, another one from Brazil. Amazing, amazing. That's cool, guys. Let's just wait for 20 more seconds and then we will dive into this. Two people scan the QR code. Yes, guys, join our Telegram supergroup. We have upgraded it. Now it's a lot more organized, a lot more easy to use, and you can also ask whatever questions you have about DCA bot in the dedicated chat that's called DCA Bot. And without further ado, let's get started. I think everybody who wanted to join us joined us. Artem. So let's just talk a little bit about what is DCA Bot and how people can use it and how they can set it up.
Yeah, for sure. So the DCA bot is a dollar cost averaging strategy, which basically allows you to split your entry orders into a few of them to get better pricing for your main position. And we in 3Commas give you a really flexible way to scale every order, and both entry order and exit order and your protective orders, everything. And there are a couple of ways how you can use this strategy. So the basic one is that we can see from our community is that you guys trying to enter the position at one place and scale your averaging orders when the price goes down. But I will explain today how I would use it with 10 plus years of experience in trading, and how I do understand is the better use for traders to use it to get it into profits, and not to wait until you can get out of the position. Because in my mind, you can use DCA to maximize your profits instead of just keeping you away from bad trades, which sometimes happens to traders when you cannot time the entry at the best. So I think I will share the screen and we will go to our DCA form. We recently updated the namings. I'm sure that everyone who is familiar with the product could see that. We hope that now it's with better understanding, and we hope that more sophisticated traders will better understand what is happening here. And quite a while ago, we also updated the layout form, and you can see it now on my screen, because me as a trader, I prefer watching the chart when I'm opening any position. So we will be working with this layout today. Just for those who are not familiar, you can change it here. I work like this. So the DCA bot, as I said, you have a few order types here. So first of all, it's base order that you can set in USDT or in quote or in percentage from your balance. And of course, you can set conditions that you want to use to enter the position. If you don't want to use the conditions, you can simply enter the market right now. For the base order, how do I consider it? Is that this is basically my main order into my main entry point. So if I have I have not timed market well, if the price after my base order goes lower and lower, then I will use averaging orders. But I would put the base order into more volume, so as to scale my safety orders a little bit smaller and then stop out if I'm mistaken. But let's go step by step, and I will explain why I do exactly that and not the opposite. Because I know that a lot of traders and a lot of traders from the community and from other platforms do the opposite. They're trying to scale base order to minimum and set the averaging orders into higher territory, into high volume. Okay, so after you set your base order, you always go to the averaging order, which we previously called safety. But actually, what you're doing here, you average your positions, so averaging order just makes more sense. So we renamed it. So here you can set up your order size, which is volume, how much you enter the position. Then you simply set up the deviation levels, which is the deviation from the base order, the number of trades that you're putting into the market, the number of trades that are visible in the market at one moment that you put into the order book. Also, scaling, which is a step scale. I mean, this is the price step scale and the volume, how much you increase your size after each safety order and how much you go below with the price after each order. But of course, you can use averaging order conditions here. And we recently updated that as well. So now you can see here that you can average from last executed entry order or from base order. In my opinion, averaging from last executed entry order makes you more control of the position. Because if the market moves too fast, you don't want all of your orders to be executed at once. You want to scale from this market movement and to be able to get it all if you need it. But then this is again for scaling. But if you want your position to be open not by deviations of scaling, you can always use conditions, which is technical indicators or trading view custom signal. Maybe you want to use something that we don't have here, but again, we have a feature request and we always listen to you guys. If you want to add here some indicator, just tell us about it.
Yeah, just go
Okay.
into the community or request the feature with the request feature section on the website.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is about the entry order, so how we can set up the entry order, but of course, the exit order is no less important than the entry. And here we have a take profit and stop loss, which is great about take profit is that you can set up multiple levels for take profit and exit with a few levels, a few steps. You can also use a trading take profit here, which of course saves you from volatile markets. And the next feature is stop loss to protect your position. This stop loss is actually controversial. Me as a trader, I would advise to use it always. I know that there are lots of arguments why you should not use it, but I would advise all of you guys to think about it. Like, if you get out with a stop loss, it means that you lost a little, but you still have options to look for other market situations. You are not biased to the position and you are not sitting in your loss position waiting until it will get out, until it will help you go out of this position. Just think of it. What is interesting here is that after the stop loss, you can either close the trade, meaning that the next trade with the conditions that you set will be opened, but you can also not only close trade, but close trade and stop the bot, which I actually use a lot because I prefer, if I got stopped out, I prefer to look at the market, see how I can change my conditions, see how do I want to change my scaling, etc. Another important feature which I do use a lot is a stop loss timeout. I think for the crypto market is a especially important thing because we all know that crypto market is extremely volatile and sometimes we just have spikes which might take out your stop losses, and this one can protect you from it. So if the spike just touched briefly your price of stop loss and it wasn't there for, here I have 300 seconds, it wasn't there for this time, then and after that it pulled back, of course, then your stop loss was not triggered. I use it a lot, helps me a lot. Just want to tell you guys that we have it. Stop loss break even helps you to mitigate your losses at all if you're going into profit. All right. Yeah, this is advanced section. We allow you guys to have a cooldown between trades. We allow you to have some sort of screening. So if you don't want to trade, if the minimum volume is too low, if the minimum price is too low, this is just for advanced reasons, because sometimes, you know, the market is not volatile enough for your strategy, or the market is not liquid enough, or the coin is not liquid enough. So you want to use this to mitigate any risk of overtrading. Okay, so I think this is everything regarding the setup.
Just we have one question in the chat. Maybe we can answer it now. So Thomas
let's see.
Driver asks, why are there no conditions regarding the volume change in time?
That's a good question. As I always say, if you need it, just put it into the request feature. I personally love this suggestion. It's quite interesting to me. I think it's important. So we need it as a feature request.
Yes, Thomas, please submit your request via the link that my colleague just provided in the chat on YouTube. Yes, guys, please keep the question coming. That's why we're doing those webinars, so you can ask whatever you want to, and we can give you the most precise answers. So just whatever questions you have regarding DCA bot, please, please, please ask them in the chats. And Artem, thank you for covering the basic DCA bot setup. Should we move forward with
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we can speak about the strategies that you might use for trading with DCA. And I would say, first of all, guys, that every bot, every strategy that you have, it might be useful for different market conditions. And before you set up your DCA bot, I would advise to test it with different market conditions to understand what market conditions suits you better and suits your strategy better and suits your conditions better and how you can scale the orders to do. And what is important after that is that you need to switch on this bot only for these market conditions. And you can have multiple bots with multiple different conditions to use for different market cycles or for different time frames or for different trading pairs. This is a huge job, but this is like a research job that you need to do before you will automate your strategy. And we now give you this opportunity in 3Commas to backtest your strategy, to backtest it with different conditions, at least for now for base order, but very soon it will be available for origin code as well. But again, first, I would advise to focus on the market situations. And me personally, I prefer to trade uptrends and to trade trend continuation. So I would, for example, think that while we were all waiting for Trump elections, we were expecting that after that, if he would win, the market will be booming. So I would wait here for some long trend direction. And that's why I would try to set up my base order to catch this long-term, long trend movement. I usually do it with simple indicators like moving average. You can add here some RSI, for example, or MACD. But for me, simple moving average is usually enough. I would also advise you guys to check different time frames. I usually use either 15 minutes or 1 hour. But if you prefer to be always in the market, for example, you can, of course, use some lower time frame. So let's check if just how it goes with just the base order and look how I see the backtest and what would I do next. And I think it should be prepared. So first of all, I said that I want to test it on this part of the chart because this was a long trend, and I assume that I want to prepare a strategy and optimize the strategy for next uptrend movements. We're gonna run the test. We can see that now it is it shows a negative, and it doesn't have any further DLCs because while I was showing you, I put it after the stop loss. We are switching off the bot. Let's see how we can change the perspective and think. Look at it. Okay. We have this restriction. This is good for both you and I, guys, because the restriction allows you to think better about your setup and allows us to not be overwhelmed with the backtesting. Yeah, so we'll be ready to start again. Three, two, let's go. Okay, so what we want is a backtest. We want actually to optimize our base order, our take profits, stop loss, and averaging orders. And this is exactly what we will do right now. Okay, we can see 11% profit. But okay, you can see the trades. What I don't like from the first look is these two parameters, which is maximum drawdown and maximum floating drawdown. For those who don't understand, maximum drawdown is calculated from your close positions. So you had stops, and this is how much you fell because of stops. And this is maximum floating drawdown, meaning that while you had open positions before it closed by the stop, it got down for $50. And because we have just this profit, which is 55, which is quite low considering the maximum drawdown, I would say that this is too risky and we need to adjust the strategy somehow. And I would see how I want to adjust it. So first I can see that the market is too volatile at this point because my stop losses got hit. So my stop loss was pretty tight at this moment, and I can see it even at this point because the market is booming. This can be considered as a pennant, and we understand that the market can go high from here, but we got stopped out. What we can do about it? So first, I would say that we can average some position. So okay, we can see from the chart that our low price is pretty close to the stop price. You can't even see it here. Yeah, like this, we can. So we might want to take more risk and first move the stop loss a bit lower. In that case, we might move take profit also a bit higher, as we always should understand that our take profit should cover our risks. And then we can see how we can scale the averaging. So my personal opinion is that while I'm scaling the averaging orders, I don't want to get overtraded. I don't want to scale my position to be too big. My thinking is that if my base order failed to time the market, then I give myself a slight possibility to average it. And if I'm mistaken, I want to get out of the market and think how it goes. So these are my preset averaging orders, and let's see how it goes with it. So we'll run new backtest. Okay, we are starting to get some profit, but these two are still pretty low to my mind, so I still don't like this strategy. Anyway, this is a process that I would go over and over again, and this is exactly why you have a limited amount of backtests, because you can spend years going through this backtest with different instruments. So this is a process that I go basically every day. So the idea here is that you find a strategy that is suitable for the market cycle that you want to trade. This is my market cycle. I would love to trade from here up to here. And on this part in December, I would love to get stopped out and just wait and see what happens. So I would advise you to find the market situation that you want to trade, optimize your strategy with stop losses, take profits, averaging orders, and then just wait for these market situations and find this setup for all of your trading pairs and for all of your time frames that you want to trade. Right. I guess if I will go over, it might take us much more time because I really love to go over backtesting and I really can spend the days working with it.
I mean, this is
So
amazing. And talking about backtesting, guys, we have a very interesting update for you. So we will start doing the backtesting webinars quite often and quite regular. And the main idea is that you submit your strategy, and we, together with our team, backtest them in real life. It's not going to happen in the upcoming weeks, but maybe a bit later. So make sure you join our community so you can submit your strategies and we can backtest them in real life during our live streams. Artem, this is amazing that you can talk about this a lot because I'm pretty sure that's what our listeners and watchers? No. Our audience is interested in. So, do you think we can go over some of the questions that we already have in the chat?
yeah, I think we're ready for that.
Yep. So there is a question from Marcel in Hauser. He says, I couldn't find a good balance between deal start conditions. If I set 3 or 4, but will not open trades, mainly in the last 2 or 3 recs. If I set only 1 or 2, it will open bad trades. Any hints?
Uh, well, to be honest, the hint is pretty simple. It means that the market is not yours right now. You don't have to be always in the market. You have to time the market. If your deal conditions is not good for this market, then simply pass. Wait for the best setup for you. Test it while it's not opening. You can adjust the parameters if you want to be at the market right now. But in my understanding, if you believe in these conditions that you want to use and there are no trades with these conditions, then the market is not simply yours right now. You can go to check another trading pairs. Probably it will be better with other trading pairs, but always look for liquid trading pairs.
Yeah, thank you very much for answering this. Another question is coming from Thomas F on YouTube. And Thomas asks, hi, is it possible to make some cool down between deals like dead cat bounce? Or how to handle it with your bot using some deal start condition?
So we have this cooldown here in advanced section, which is exactly what you're looking for.
Yes. Guys, just look at the interface. And then we also have a question on YouTube from Stanislav Gnezdilov, and he asks, please tell me, is backtesting limited to 4 months ago?
Well, not really. It is limited to 1 year at the moment, but of course we want to make it longer. In my opinion, and in the opinion of the traders whom I usually speak to, we would love to have it from 2020, but for now it's 1 year, and we will be working on scaling it further.
Okay, I think these are good news. And Stanislav also says, hello, dear friends. Thank you for the great product and webinar. Thank you, Stanislav, for your positive feedback. We really appreciate it. Guys, keep the questions coming. We don't have that much time left before the end of the webinar. So this is a unique opportunity to get your questions answered. So, Artem, should we go to the next point in our plan for today? Comparing.
Yeah, first of all, I can see that there is a from YouTube that Anthony isn't writing as it he can't understand the scale orders and deviation, and I really want to stop here just because I think some of our users misses this feature here. So whenever you change something in average orders, you can see all the information here. You can see how would it scale in volume. You can see how would it scale in order size, in price, and everything. So whenever you change something in this section, which is average order, you can see how it reflects in details. And so this would be how exactly your orders will be executed. So this is the best feature for those who don't understand how averaging orders work and how they scale.
Okay, thank you very much for answering this question. It slipped. I didn't see it. Okay, we have another question from Simon. Are there options for copying DCA bots?
Yeah, we do have the option to copy the DCA bot. I mean, if you have your DCA bot running and you just want to copy the settings for another account, you can go to the DCA bot settings and there will be a copy button.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think we answered all of the questions that were there, guys, but still keep them coming. Should we talk about DCA VC Grid Bot?
Yeah, let's do that, but I'm gonna be pretty short here. I mean, the DCA bot and the grid bot strategy, to my mind, it's completely different market cycles. So, for example, I would use DCA bot into trending markets, which are volatile and goes into trend, and grid I personally use after huge movement. So the grid bot we consider as a sideways market strategy. So let's go actually to the chart. This is, I don't know if there's if you can see the cursor, but I think it has. So this was a movement after Trump said something about the tariffs. And this was a drastic movement. And I know that some of our clients managed to get this bottom with our DCA bot, which is pretty great, by the way. But then, usually after these drastic movements, either up or down, there is some market silence, which you can see here. And this is exactly the situation where I personally use GridBot, as this is a sideways market, and you can set up your high price and low price and simply let it walk. So in my mind, DCA and GridBot should work in combination, and you should understand again which market cycle should be applied to one of the bots. So simply switch the grid bot when the market is sideways, and turn on your DCA bot, which you set up for trend market when the trend is there. And just it's okay that you got a mistake and into the market when you thought that it would go sideways and it went into trend. Just stop out and wait. This is, well, I think I'm talking too much, but this is my personal opinion as a trader.
No, thank you very much. We really, really appreciate all of the knowledge that you're sharing with us. So we also have a question. I missed the start due to time. Will this be available later? Yes, Heavens. I see that you're watching us on YouTube. The recording will be available on YouTube starting from when we end the webinar. And we still have a couple of minutes for your questions, guys. So yeah, just let us know if you have any questions, and we will try to answer them. Otherwise, if there are no questions, we will end the webinar soon. I see people are joining us from Indonesia. This is super nice. From all over the world, and I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, we're going to wait for a minute and a half more. And if you have no questions, we will wrap it up. And yeah, just while we're waiting for the questions, I just wanted to remind you guys that starting from last week, we are planning to have these webinars every single week on Friday, 12 p.m. UTC. Thomas F., What do you recommend to use in this market for DCA, using limit or market order for the bot?
Well, actually, I don't care because we are not into. Okay, no, that's the better way. It depends on your time frame because if you have a DCA bot which you trade with on the lower time frames, and this DCA bot is continuous, I mean, you don't stop it after the stop loss. This means for you that you will open pretty good amount of trades, which will be high fees. So if you go into the market trade, then you get high fees. So it's all about fees, not about the time of the market, because we're not HFT trading here, and you don't have to be that precise into interact the market. So for me, it really doesn't matter here.
Okay, thank you
I
very
would
much.
work more on your take profits and stop losses rather than thinking about market or limit orders.
Yeah. So the next question is from Michael Pashenko. Would be nice to have a filter by funding to avoid entry if funding is high.
Good one.
Yep, guys, submit all of your requests with the request feature option that we have on the website. Then another question from Justin Downs. Any benefit to allowing DCA bot and grid bot to continuously run?
Well, as I said, your DCA bot should be, both of your bots should be tailored to the market situation, in my opinion. So if you, for example, know that your bot is good the setup of your bot is good for a long trend market, and you are now trading in long term market, and you know that your bot is good at lower time frames, say 15 minutes, and you see that on a daily chart you're still going into long trend, then why not? Then you switch your bot for trading continuously, and you do understand that when the trend stops, you have to stop your bot. That's it. But as long as the trend goes and you know that your bot is good with this setup, then why not?
Yeah. So Irvin Ram says, thank you for the webinar. There was a lot of good information shared. Thank you for your nice words. We really appreciate that. Guys, let us know what you also want us to talk about. So another question from S. Okay, from well, Heaven, I see your question, but I'm not sure if we're like, or there's a question about the bleeding account. Would we recommend this bot to recover gradually? Or do we want to give any advices here?
Um, I can't see the question. Mechanism. uh, well, first of all, yeah, as we always say, we can't give any advices, but it all depends on your account size and how this account size is vital to your trading. And then again, it depends on your psychology. If you can handle it and you believe in something that the market will go in a long term will go up, then why not? But I would say that if it's not that bad, if it's not all of your account, then it's always better to just cut the losses and look for new opportunities. This is again my personal advice as a trader.
Yeah, but guys, do your own research and make your own decisions. We don't really do advices. So I think there's the last question we're gonna answer, and then we should wrap it up because guys, we want to keep these webinars short and sweet. So if there are any questions that we haven't answered, please join us next week. And today, the last question for this webinar from Thomas M. Driver. What do you think about reversing positions instead of stop loss?
Um, well, reversing position meaning that you want to go into the short trade, and I would say that for short trading you have to find a completely different setup for your bot. So for me, it's easier to just get stop out and see how the market goes, because if I just simply reverse position, why should it mean that the market changed the setup? Probably when I get stopped out, it was just a volatile market or some news that got me off guard, but the market is still in my favor. So I would get stopped out and just think what's happening. I'm not afraid of the losses. The only thing that should be there is that you should cover your losses with take profits.
Yeah. Okay, Artem, thank you very much for answering this last question for today. Thank you for taking the time and joining us. Guys, thank you for watching us, asking your questions. We really appreciate that. Starting from this week, we're going to do these webinars every single Friday. So please make sure you join us for the next week, and keep the questions coming. Join our community. You can scan the QR code, and you can join our Telegram supergroup chat and ask whatever questions you have there meanwhile. And you will also be able to keep an eye on our upcoming webinars and the topics. And let me tell you, we have a lot of interesting stuff coming your way. So let's just stay in touch. Artem, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I didn't say too much.
No, that was very valuable. As you can see, the feedback from our community is very positive. People do enjoy those webinars and the knowledge you're sharing. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here today with us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you next week. Bye bye.